believe me, just look around, because check this out. You literally have over 300 cars. Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, everything freaking that you could dream of. But later in this video, you guys need to check out what I'm going to show you guys, because there's 3 completely insane hypercars hidden at this event. But first thing first, let's just talk a little bit at this lineup here, because you have the more regular cars compared to what's to come here. You have a nice Ferrari. This is the, I believe, 458 Italia. You have Porsche 718 Cayman GTS. You have a nice F12, I believe this is called, right here as well. You have a GT3, Alfa Romeo, Z06, and a Lotus Miura. And yeah, overall, it's definitely still quite cool so far. But then, oh, actually, what the? No, this thing actually just pulled in. Mercedes-Benz SSK, I think that is. What the heck? I did not see that. That is crazy looking. Whoa. So, I guess you already have a wild looking car here. You have that really nice looking, I believe, Mercedes-Benz SSK parking. And by the way, if it is the SSK, it was actually designed by Ferdinand Porsche, the guy who started the car company Porsche, which is definitely quite interesting. Is this a Mercedes SSK?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess we don't know. But yeah, it's definitely quite interesting looking. Definitely really nice. Is this a Mercedes SSK? Wow. Yeah, but that is definitely the first car of the day. It's already really cool. Is this the SSK Mercedes? I guess didn't hear, but yeah. So you have that nice Mercedes there. You have Porsche Macan right there as well. You have a really nice 911 Carrera 4 GTS, GT3 RS, which most of the time will be turning heads. But as you guys will see, a lot of people are focused on that area over there where the craziest cars are. You also have this nice Porsche 911, another 911, and another 911. Then you get some really interesting things, because you have this really nice 993 generation Porsche 911. I'm not sure if this is an actual GT2. Yeah, the cars are taking off like crazy fast out there. But yeah, so this, I believe, is actually a 911 GT. That is actually extremely rare. What the? Yeah, if that's original, that's definitely an insanely rare car. Definitely a really cool find. But yeah, so you have that really nice Mercedes GT right there, which, if I'm right, costs around 300K. And some of the cars are leaving, but there still is a lot of really cool things. You also have this nice Panamera GT4 RS, and this main event. Overall, the event, I think, is more of a Porsche-focused event, because a lot of the cars are Porsches. But then you have this. Check this out. Porsche 911 Speedster, one of only about, I believe, 1,900 and something. Let's see here. So, yeah, 1,948.
Mercedes 500.
Okay, so it's a Mercedes-Benz 500, not the SSK, but it's a 500. But still, that is insanely cool over there. 1930, so one of the oldest cars I've seen. But yes, so that is definitely pretty cool. You have beautiful Speedster here, which looks extremely nice. Nice leather seats, and this called rear piece right there with the beautiful golden Speedster lettering there. And this event is just insanely huge. I'll be showing you guys the cars pulling out in a second, because it's definitely really cool. But let's keep checking these cars out. And yeah, while I'm walking down here, you have this nice 911 Turbo S here. I'll show you guys the actually have a 992.2 Turbo S over there, but I'll show you guys that in a second. You have nice GT3 Cayman, another 911 actually. Oh yeah, they started off Ferrari SF90, 986 horsepower, twin turbocharged, V8 hybridized Ferrari. This thing is insane. Whoa. Yeah, it definitely sounds pretty nice. And yeah, hopefully they take off pretty quick, because that would definitely be pretty cool. But yeah, so you have that wild Ferrari there. You have a 911 coming here, a drone flying around up there. And yeah, so overall, this event so far has just been crazy. You have a 911 Carrera Cabrio right here as well. This is, I think, just a base Carrera. You got another base Carrera, a nice Lotus Elise, I believe this is. Yeah, Lotus Elise S, or Exceed, actually. Bare bones, really, really nice design. I'm definitely a huge fan of that car. Whoa, so this is quite normal, right? But then look at that seat. It's literally just hard carbon fiber. Like whoever drove this doesn't really care about comfort. They just want to be as stable as they can possibly be in that car. That's definitely pretty crazy. And yeah, you have that nice 911 GT3 coming out here, which is really nice, naturally aspirated. You have a nice Cayman GTS here, Aston Martin DBX 707 over there, another 911 Carrera, and then you have this nice lowered wide body Porsche 911 right here. It's actually pretty cool. Driven by Design. That's a local type of shop, but yes, you have this really nice pink 911 here with this cool little ducktail. You have another full carbon fiber Raptor, Ford F-150 Raptor with actually red carbon fiber on it. Oh, check that out. That's actually really cool. You have a BMW BA Alpina, which is definitely really rare. M4 competition. Nice little Cayman S. You have a Panamera Turbo. And then 911 Carrera S as well. And that's pretty much the end of the line over here. You have some more Corvettes and 911s over there. But then, when you come over here, you have to check this out. Because you have this really, really cool Audi R8. Check this out. Insane looking wide body R8. Oh, the Di Tommaso Pantera is actually leaving. I was checking that one out not too long ago, but there's a really nice Di Tommaso Pantera that's pulling out, and yeah, I want to show you guys that. But overall, this event so far has definitely been really nice. We'll definitely start checking out more cars in a second. I just want to see this car pull out because it's such a special car. So yeah, you have the Pantera over there, way over there, really nice looking little Pantera. Oh yeah, and that looks and sounds really nice. That car actually has 530 horsepower from I believe Windsor V8, which is just mind-boggling. Originally it had about 300, but now it has 530 horsepower and 520 pounds of torque. But that car is just pure crazy. And yeah, so now let's keep check out this area because in a second I'll show you guys some definitely really crazy cars. You have a Ferrari FF right here, which looks really, really nice. Yeah, really nice yellow striped Ferrari FF. You have a nice Chevrolet Corvette Z06 here. That was the last generation of the front engine Corvette, so that's actually pretty cool. You have a Lotus Emira right here as well, which looks really nice. And then you also have the Lotus, I believe it's called Amaya, if I'm right. But this is the, oh no, okay, Lotus Eliter. So this is the all-electric SUV Lotus, the first ever Lotus SUV, and one of the first ever all-electric Lotus. And just check out this arrow. I don't know why it's here in America when supposedly they're not going to be selling them in America anytime soon, but that's definitely pretty interesting. Definitely a really cool car to see there. You also have a 911 Targa here. And let's go back over there and talk a little more about that Audi R8 we saw, because you have that really, really cool R8 there. And hey, you have this nice 911 Carrera here as well, which looks really, really nice. Interesting paint job to tell you. I've never seen paint job like this on a Carrera, but it's definitely quite cool. That 911, so you have that nice 911 there. Cars are just taking off from this lot like left and right and just crazy sounding. But yeah, he has this wild R8 here. Just check out this R8. Like the regular R8 is maybe 4 or 5 inches thinner than this car. I mean, on both sides, if you combine them, maybe like 10, 15 inches thinner. But just check this out. Insane wide body R8 here, which definitely looks pretty nice. And comment down below, what's your favorite car so far? Because there's been a lot of crazy cars, but I think the list will be topped out in a second. But yeah, so let's keep checking these cars. You also have this wild looking Aston Martin. I believe this is Vantage VA, if I'm right. Yeah, that's wild looking. Or maybe it's the Vantage V12, I'm pretty sure. Yup, V12 Vantage. So you have that wild looking Aston Martin V12 Vantage here. And yeah, stay tuned. There's going to be some insane stuff pretty soon. But keep watching. You also have a nice lowered BMW 3 Series here. Beautiful 911 Carrera here as well. Or actually, no, it's a GT3 actually. Beautiful GT3 on really, really nice BBS tires here as well. So that is also definitely extremely nice. Comment down below what's your favorite car so far, and also share this video with your friends and family. Yeah, so you have that really nice 911 GT3 here on those beautiful BBS tires, which I'm a huge fan of. You have the really, really nice interior with the houndstooth, I believe they call it, trim. You have a nice 993 Carrera over here as well, which also I'm definitely a huge fan of. Beautiful bucket seats, which I actually believe are a really nice option. And something was revving up there. Oh, it might have been that Z06. Yeah, so you have that nice Z06 there. You have this beautiful 911 Carrera 993 here, and then kind of hidden away, you have this really nice Porsche 911 GT4. I've actually seen this at the dealership a couple times in service. So yeah, it's really nice 992.1 GT3 touring here, which looks seriously nice. Yeah, definitely a really, really nice looking car. You have the beautiful Porsche badge there. And actually, a cool thing about Porsches is that now, Porsche, when let's say there's a 911 or any Porsche series that's a turbo trim, it has a gray badge. But any Porsche that isn't a turbo trim just has the regular Porsche badge, like you saw on that car. And yeah, then you also have a Ferrari 430 Scuderia right here, which also looks really, really nice, actually. I don't know why it's hidden back here. Like, I doubt anyone could see it back here, but you have the really nice 430 Scuderia right here. Yup. Yeah, beautiful design. I don't know why no one's checking this car out. This is probably one of the rarest cars here. Just check out that engine bay. Beautiful carbon fiber, and it's so massive and open to house that beautiful V12. Definitely a beast of a car. Comment down below what's your favorite car you've seen so far, and stay tuned because we're about to see a couple multi-million-dollar hypercars. But yeah, so you have that beautiful 430 Scuderia over here. Now we're getting pretty close to the wild hypercar area, so make sure you guys stay tuned. But yeah, you have a nice Aston Martin DBX right there. You have a nice motorcycle over there, and a Lotus Emira first edition right here as well. So our early 2020s Lotus Emira, which definitely looks quite nice. And yeah, and one thing I need to mention, y'all, is that it is just so hot out here, like just burning hot out here. But now that we checked out more of the regular-ish area of this place, let's check out the more interesting stuff. Because you have a regular Lotus Emira here, but then you have an Acura NSX, one of only about 2,000 ever made. So extremely, extremely low production Acura NSX here, which looks really, really nice. And yeah, this was second generation of the iconic 1990s NSX, but they end up having to cut production because not as many people liked it. Truthfully, I don't really know why not that many people liked it, because it's such a nice car in my opinion. But yeah, so you have that nice NSX there. Then you have a Spyker C8. One of only about 500 builds, I believe. Extremely limited production. Over $600,000. The last one sold for. And yeah, this thing is insane. This actually takes heritage from the late 1800s Spyker company, because Spyker in the early 1800s or late 1800s was originally actually airplane brand. They built airplanes, but then in 2001 they revealed their first ever vehicle, which was just bonkers for the time. Check out that aerodynamic fans there, those different fins, the beautiful rims there. And one of the most iconic features on this car was actually the exposed gear linkage on the 6-speed manual transmission. That's a manual transmission, but everything is exposed, crazily enough. You also have a nice airplane fin inspired steering wheel as well there, which is a really cool feature there. And overall, this car is just pure insane. So you have that wild Spyker there. You have the FF, like I mentioned earlier. You have this insane looking. What is this? uh, Lamborghini Urus. It looks like a Mansory body kit. Yeah, I can't really tell, but you have, okay, so creative, bespoke body kit. This looks a lot like a Mansory, but it's, yeah, definitely quite crazy. Whoa, check out that front. Insane aerodynamic front intake there with all the wild carbon fiber trim. I don't know how much this will help the aerodynamics of this car, but it definitely makes it look way crazier. You have a Continental GT there as well, which looks really nice. You have a really nice Cullinan there as well. Rolls-Royce Ghost right here as well, which looks really nice. And then we have a Lamborghini Temerario, which revs up to 10,000 RPM, like the license plate says. And yeah, this thing is just a beast. Check this out. You have exposed rear tires. So when you're driving behind this car, it might be a danger to your car because it'll kick up all the dirt and rocks from the road. But still, it's really nice aerodynamic feature there. You have a Lamborghini Gallardo also right here, which was another mid-trim Lamborghini, but more from an earlier age because it was around from more of the early 2000s. But Temerario here is, of course, a way newer variant. So you have the old school mid-trim Lamborghini and then the new school mid-trim Lamborghini, which is definitely way crazier. So you have that wild Lamborghini Temerario there. You could maybe peek into the interior a little because you have a wild-looking gearbox. I don't know, you can't get a shot, but you have a wild-looking gearbox and screen and everything in that interior. Hopefully, we'll be posting a review of a Lamborghini Temerario relatively soon, within the next month. But yeah, fingers crossed. So yeah, you have a really nice Temerario there. You have all your other Porsches here as well. You have the Audi area here, which shows all your different Audis, the RSQ8, RS3. You have the Maserati area over here, but no one's really interested in these cars just because they're such crazy cars around here. And so now we get to the slightly crazier stuff because now you have a 992.2 Porsche 911 Turbo S, a 711 horsepower twin turbocharged Porsche, which is just plain insane. Like, it's just crazy. Check out those carbon fiber rims there. You have a wild front end with Porsche 911 Carrera 4 GTS derived shark fin air intakes there. You have a Ferrari 430 Scuderia driving out here, which is definitely also quite nice. You have a 911 GT3 touring over there, and then you have your massive Porsche display over here. Check this out. You have one Lamborghini, you have a Macan, you have this wild Porsche. What the heck? This is like a Porsche Dakar Cayenne type build, which is definitely really nice. And yeah, then you also have that Ferrari 430 driving out there. This Cayenne is actually wild. Check this out. It's a off-road version of the Cayenne Turbo, I believe, which just looks really crazy. Like, really nice original interior. That interior is actually in seriously good shape, and the exterior is just crazy, lifted and everything like that. Then you also have a nice 911 Carrera here, which also looks, oh yeah, that one looks definitely really cool with the roof rims. Roof rims are not easy to come by and are not cheap either, especially original ones. But this really nice Carrera has beautiful roof rims on them, which looks really nice. You have the nice, really nice actually, steering wheel there with the 8 ball in the center there. Nice vintage styles interior, and that Porsche is definitely really nice. And you guys could just see how much crazier Porsche has become since this car, because you have this. This was the Carrera, not the top trim, but one of the higher trims on the 911 at the time. And then this is the GT3 RS. This is also a 911, but this is a 911 of 2026. Check out how much more aero there is on this car, because you have a nice little 930 turbo derived rear spoiler on this car. Then you have a massive Le Mans Racer derived rear wing on this 911 GT3 RS. Just, yeah, this thing is just insane. You have Weissach RS badging there, which is a nice little option to have. GT3 RS badging, and then a nice license plate that says Mo green. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but the green obviously is a hint to this car's color because you have this beautiful acid green, I believe they call it, on this car with, whoa, check that out, beautiful green, yellow, and black plate interior. That has to be aftermarket unless whoever owns this car is some kind of really well-known Porsche collector. So yeah, you have that really nice G3 RS there. You have a brand new G3 Touring, which is actually at Gumball 3000, as you guys can see. It just got back, I guess, from the rally, so that's definitely really, really cool. All the really nice liveries on it there. You have a brand new Taycan here as well, which is really nice. Another 911 GT3, a Carrera Targa, and then a GT3 Touring. This beautiful white 911 GT3 Touring, which looks really nice. Whoa. That's, I believe, $5,000 or $6,000 option, just that blue interior. Like the exterior is just white, just regular colored. And then you walk up to the interior and you're like, dang, this thing looks crazy inside. Check that out. So you have that really, really nice interior there. You have 911 Carrera pulling out here, which is really nice. Hopefully it revs up. Come on, rev up. Let's see. So yeah, we have the 911 Carrera walking out there, or driving out, I should say. And yeah, really, really nice sounding. And yes, you have this beautiful GT3, beautiful Carrera over there. And overall, so far, this show definitely been really, really crazy. Now, I need to show you guys some even crazier things because, well, first, you have an Aston Martin Vanquish here, two Vanquishes. You have a Vanquish Coupe and you have a Vanquish Cabrio here as well, which looks really, really nice. And yeah, I've actually done a review of this. You guys could check it out on my channel. And yeah, it's the first V12 Aston Martin, at least front end Aston Martin, since about the mid 2000s, which is definitely really nice. You have two of them back to back, but there's literally no attention on these things. And the reason why is because of what I'm about to show you. And before I show you, I need to show you guys this because you have the nice Bentley display over here as well, which is really, really nice with your Continental GT, Continental GTC, and then you have two, well, a Bentayga and a Flying Spur Speed. And then you also have your nice little Aberth coming out over there. You have another 911 Carrera coming out over there as well, which is really nice. And, well, then now, I need to show you guys something that will blow your guys' minds, because a lot of cars you're seeing here are hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? But I'm about to show you guys a car that's easily over $1 million, and it's hidden in the kind of service area that no one's really looking at. There's not really many people around it, even though it might be one of the craziest cars here, because check this out. You have an Aston Martin Valhalla just sitting here. Not too much attention, not too many people surrounding it, but you have an Aston Martin Valhalla just sitting here waiting to be found, I guess, because check this out. Beautiful Aston Martin Valhalla. It is a little dusty because it's a service car, but yeah, beautiful Aston Martin AMR Racing green trimmed Aston Martin Valhalla. That is definitely really, really nice. And just check out the air of this car. The shocks are exposed. The air intake is also exposed, and the air flows from under here out of those holes right there, across the roof, and into this gaping mouth, which is an air duct for the engine to cool off with. And it actually reminds me kind of a whale almost, which is interesting. And then you have your exhaust pipes, which are kind of derived actually from Porsche 918 Spyder, interestingly enough. They look almost identical to the 918 Spyder, which looks pretty cool. Okay, you also have your Aston Martin badge there. Then you have this insane back, and this is actually designed by one of the best aerodynamic designers probably in the world, to tell the truth, because this car is designed by a guy named Adrian Newey. Now, if you don't know who he is, he works for, well, Red Bull, right? He works for Red Bull Racing F1, and he helped design the Aston Martin Valkyrie, which I hope to do a review of in the future. I don't know if I'll be able to because it's extremely limited, low production, and rare. But he designed the Aston Martin Valkyrie, which was the craziest Aston Martin literally ever made. And then, well, he left working with Aston Martin because since Aston Martin started competing in F1 in 2025, Red Bull didn't want to work with them because Red Bull helped design the Aston Martin Valkyrie, but Aston Martin, I'll say, pretty much just took the Valkyrie and then made it a little less wild aerodynamically and changed it to the Valhalla, and it's a slightly less powerful, but still, it's pretty much as insane. Let's check this out. You have gapping air intake there, another air intake there, and then a massive air outtakes right there. We can see lead to the exhaust pipes, because you see, instead of the exhaust pipes coming out of the back, like right here, they form upwards and then flow out almost backwards, which is really, really interesting. So that is definitely really quite nice. You also have these glass, this is actually glass, yeah, glass tail lights here, which is really, really cool. Whoa. So yeah, you have those beautiful glass tail lights there, and there's literally pretty much tiny little LED lights behind the piece of glass that just reflect onto the glass, just like blinkers, which is really cool. But yeah, so you have that wild aerodynamic trim there, insane looking tires, and then crazy aerodynamic bits here. And then you also have a wrapped up Bentley Continental GT Cabrio. And now that we checked out this wild looking Aston Martin Valhalla here, I need to show you guys probably some of the craziest cars in this whole event, because what I'm about to show you will blow your mind. There's not only a Lotus Evija, which at the time in 2019 when it was revealed was the most powerful Lotus ever made. There's also a one of one Aston, no, not Aston, Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale. It's just insane. Check this out. You have an Aston Martin 33 Stradale. This was a V6 3.0 liter twin turbo V6 powered supercar that Aston Martin, or not Aston Martin, but Alfa Romeo only ever built one of. They said that in 2027 they're going to build one that could be an all-electric car, and another one that would be a 3.0 liter V6 model. But this is the only one they've ever created, and it's here, right in front of me. This isn't green screen, this isn't AI, this is the one of one Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale, which is just completely insane. Check this out. You have the wild exhaust here. This is the gas-powered variant. There was gonna be an electric variant. I don't know if Alfa Romeo is still planning to make the electric variant come true, but they just built this one car for one guy, which I don't know where he is, but there's one guy here who owns this car, and it's the only ever Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale, and it's insane that I'm seeing this car. So yeah, you also could see the interior there as well. Let's go to the other side and show you guys the interior, because check this out. Wild looking leather and Alcantara trim interior. This thing is just so beautiful, and you guys could actually see these strips on the door inserts here. So there's these strips on the door inserts on the side of the door, and it's I guess you could say it's kind of like the badge of Alfa Romeo, because check this out. So this is the badge of Alfa Romeo, right? And then that door card right there looks kind of the same. This was built in commemoration of the 115th anniversary of Alfa Romeo, so it's a special edition that they were going to build more of. I don't know if they're still going to do it, but it's definitely a really cool car to see. And check this out. It's actually, if you look just straight like this, there's actually the Alfa Romeo badge, which is kind of hard to see. You have to get the perfect angle, but that is the Alfa Romeo badge right there. And this thing is just insane. Check out this aerodynamics, this air outtakes, and then there's lights, which also house massive air intakes there as well. And once you get to check out all these cars, I'm going to show you guys the rollout, because a lot of cars are speeding out of here, and it looks really, really crazy. But yeah, so you have that massive, beautiful Alfa Romeo there. You also, over here, have a Maserati MC20, which is the night edition. This is called, rather than it, but it's a night edition, MC20 night edition. It was a special edition, only one of, I believe, 30 in the entire world, and I've actually reviewed it close to a year ago. I reviewed this thing, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. And actually, another really cool thing that I want to mention is that I was the first ever person to leak the brand new Alfa Romeo, or not Alfa Romeo, Maserati MC Pura, because I actually fed it into AI, and well, AI said that this car, which of course became the Alfa Romeo MC Pura. It said that that must be just a mistype or something like that, but Alfa Romeo ended up revealing the Alfa Romeo MC Pura, or the Maserati MC Pura, at Goodwood the same month, which is pretty crazy. So I was the first person to spot the updated MC Pura. This is the MC20, so it's 2024, but the MC Pura was 2025 and up. So now, to check out this car, let's check out one of the craziest cars in here. And just one more thing about this World Aston Martin is this. So this car has a mid-engined V6, right? And that V6 creates over 620 horsepower, and it's naturally aspirated, which is even crazier. And so now we get to probably the craziest, literally one of the craziest things in cars I've seen at this event. Because check this out, the Lotus Evija, the world's first 2,000 plus horsepower hypercar. It was revealed in 2019, and it was originally only going to have 1,900 horsepower. Not really only going to have 1,900 horsepower, but it was going to have 1,900 horsepower. And then when Lotus actually revealed the production version, it ended up having 2,034 horsepower. There's actually going to be a full review upcoming of this car pretty soon, so make sure to stay tuned. About tomorrow morning, there'll be a review that I did of this car, full review, that you guys will be able to see. But just to mention some things, you have wild looking air outtakes there. You have really nice buttons there as well with your F1 inspired steering wheel, purple tinted carbon fiber trim there, and then massive gaping holes where the regular area should be there, which is also really cool. You also have P0 Terrefo R tires, which are the most high performance aggressive tires you get, and you can see the tire area is opened up once you lift these crazy doors up. So that is definitely also really cool. Now that we checked out pretty much all of the wild cars here at this event, I just want to mention one more thing, which is this, because check this out. You have this nice little, interesting actually, little mirror / camera. So it's a camera that you could use as a mirror. And now you have a nice 911 Carrera cooling out here, which, of course, in fashion, is speeding out. So it's definitely really nice. And yeah, so overall, this event so far has been insane. Comment down below which car has been your favorite, because I'd say probably this is one of my favorite cars here. I also like the, what was it? It was D Tomaso. Yeah, the D Tomaso that they had here was also really cool. It pulled out a little earlier in the video, but overall, it's definitely really cool. So you have this beautiful Maserati or Alfa Romeo here. You have the beautiful Maserati over there, and then the world's first 2,000 plus horsepower hypercar there. And truly, I was actually surprised that I see any of these cars here, just because they're so rare. Not only is the Lotus Evija one of only about 100, well, this Alfa Romeo here is only one of one in the entire world, which in itself is also definitely pretty cool. So now let's check out pretty much all of this insanely cool event. Comment down below which car has been your favorite so far, because I definitely say that the Lotus Evija and the Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale have been some of my favorites. So I hope you guys liked this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll be posting a lot of videos of this event and photos on my Instagram and X and YouTube account. So I hope you guys liked this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, so this thing is just crazy. Now, I guess we're going to finish this video, unless you guys want me to talk about something else. I've much talked about all the wild cars that they have here. A lot of the cars did pull out once I started filming, so I was actually lucky that I started filming at that moment. But yeah, so now we checked out all the cars here, checked out everything. You actually do have a Lamborghini Countach that I reviewed inside this dealership, which is also really cool. But anyway, now that we checked out everything, I hope you liked this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll be posting a video of the Lotus Evija pretty soon. So I'll see you guys in the next video.